Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson. Welcome to Devotions in the Proverbs. I'm really excited about this message today. It really hits me to home. When I was younger, I had a real hard time speaking up. I had a real hard time telling people what I really thought in a nice way, or asking questions if I didn't understand. Or if someone needed help, I felt like I was intruding in their life, so I didn't want to speak up. Today is Proverbs 31, verses 8 and 9, and it is March 11th, 2022. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. I'm going to read that one again. Speak up for those who are destitute, who cannot speak for themselves. Speak up, judge fairly, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. I imagine that there are times in our lives when we're afraid to speak up. Being afraid to speak up is a real fear. Maybe it's hard to do for you as well. You know you should say something because someone needs an advocate. Something's going wrong. But if you're afraid that if you do, there may be some consequences. But I'm going to encourage you as your activity. If that's not something that's easy for you to do, find your voice. Practice what you want to say at home or in your car or out on your patio. Push aside the fear that you have. I have to tell you, I have made many friends through my willingness to speak my mind. Not in an angry way that people shy away from or are upset about, but in a way that the message will sink in and become a part of the way that we do things to help others. Tread lightly, though. Sometimes speaking up can open a door that the person is not ready to walk through. So maybe a question or two to see the tenor of the person's heart and mind and soul. And then you'll know whether you need to just let it rest for a bit because the topic's too hot at the moment. And then think it through. And next time you have an opportunity to talk to that person, speak the truth in love. As an action, be aware of what's happening around you. I'm really surprised at sometimes in conversation realizing that I saw things that other people were just not even aware of. And other times when they saw things that, boy, my head must have been in the clouds. But open your eyes and open your ears, open your mind, and open your heart. This is a difficult time in our lives, in the lives of everyone in the world. This is like something we've never gone through before. And now we have a war that Russia's staging against Ukraine. And how do we respond? What do we think about that? This is a different time, and prices of food and services and goods are increasing. There are people who will have their cars repossessed, their homes go into foreclosure, and job loss if they haven't lost their jobs already. And sometimes families are forced to take menial jobs, jobs that are below their pay grade, so to speak. But that money is so important for them to stay healthy, to stay fed, and stay together as a family. You know, you don't hear about it very often in these days, but people used to have to farm out their children so that their children would have something to eat. So their children would be nannies, or they'd be workers in the field, or people who clean houses or take care of businesses. There's all sorts of things that people have done in the past to help their families through this difficult time. Well, if you're secure financially and you think you might be able to help, look around your neighborhood. You'll be able to tell who is struggling. And remember, daycare right now is exorbitant. You can pay $800, $900, $1,000 for daycare for 2 or 3 children. So people, speak up. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Be brave. Ask the right questions. How can I help you? Or, may I help you with a tank of gas? Hey, they had a sale on meat at the grocery store. I thought of you, and I ended up with 2 roasts, so would you like one? Or, we got chickens and we want to share some chicken with you. Whatever you can do, open your eyes and look around. And if you need a little help with who needs help, call the school and ask if you could help a family through this difficult time. Thank you for joining me. It's really good to be in the word of the Lord. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up, judge fairly, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. God's blessings, and I'll see you Monday.